but I'm not a school guy whatsoever. Like I do better reading and stuff on my own. So yeah, I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but yeah.
Nah, you good. You good. I'm not a man. I've never been a school guy. Like I didn't start. Was crazy. I didn't start doing good in school until I got to college. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I love like learning the lesson for myself and reading myself. Like just sitting in one spot, not being able to move or whatever, and listening to somebody talk for like an hour or whatever.
Facts.
Yeah, I can't do that. But some ways that I've grown this year, really just taking information and learning from everybody, knowing that there's not one way to do something.
Yeah.
Learning from you, learning from even my peers and stuff, and my parents and whatnot. But this year has definitely been a learning experience, I can say. And leading up to this year, and speaking on like degrees and stuff, I didn't truly realize what I could do with my degree and like major and stuff until like this year. So my major was journalism and media studies, and I'm so glad that I got into podcasting, because I just thought like my major and stuff was just, you know, corporate type things, like just like interviews and stuff, but like it's so much more than that. And I was already doing like media stuff before my major, which was, you know, my outside stuff like YouTube and anything media I do. But nah, this year has definitely been great from growing up until now. Like it's definitely been like a growing experience. It's definitely been a learning experience. And man, I'm just glad, Key. Like I can definitely say like I'm walking into that person that I've been praying for, that I've just been asking for, man. It's a great feeling when you can see yourself growing. Like that's
a bar.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I'm starting to see it now, my growth. But like years ago, I would get DMs, messages, phone calls. People see me out in person. Like, man, I'm enjoying, people telling me all the time, man, like I'm enjoying seeing you grow. Like I had one young lady tell me, it is a joy to watch you grow out loud. Like nobody ever really put it like that, like growing out loud. Cause I don't really put a lot on social media these days for real. But at one point I was just sharing a lot of my perspective, a lot of like, and unintentionally, I just felt I was just sharing stuff.
Right.
But people was like taking it in, you know, and it's like, dang, like, but now, like you say, like I can actually see the growth in me now. I can feel it. More importantly, I can feel it, and I can feel when I need to pivot too. So, yeah, that's a bar.
So like, appreciate that. When you say pivot, like what you mean?
I can feel like even the conversation about gigs, right? Even that, I can feel when I need to make a move, when I don't need to make a move, and what would be the best move off of what I was speaking on earlier about values. Like, what do I value? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that regard, you know what I'm saying? And then like pivoting and growth, it never feels good. Like it's always, I be telling myself, you know, because I've told others, and it's like, man, you know, take your own advice too. Like find comfort in discomfort. I actually like being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because that's when I know that I'm going to another level. Like if I'm too comfortable, that means I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do.
It's crazy that you said that, because I like not, I don't know if this is the same thing or whatever, but I like not feeling busy, but I like being busy in a way. Like I like knowing that it's something else that I can be working on, and not just staying stagnant, not just being like still. I learned that this year actually. Another thing that I also learned this year was you're doing good. Like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like, give yourself some grace, because I know a lot of people, they tend to like beat themselves up. That's not gonna do anything but burn you out quickly.
Facts.
Like,
I'll be the first to tell you.
Yeah.
Bro, you would hit whatever your version of rock bottom is if you trying to quote unquote keep up with the Joneses, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a good feeling. Not at all. So like you say, giving yourself more grace, giving yourself that time to figure things out. You know, if you must rush, you know, rush to be patient. Like, patience is the name of the game. Consistency is the name of the game. Wanting to actually grow is the name of the game. Because a lot of people are actually scared of growth, bro. Like, people are scared of growth.
Because they're comfortable in they bubble.
Yeah.
They not trying to venture out and see like what's new. You know, like, that's kind of like ignorant in a way.
No, it is.
Nah, because it's like life. That's all life is. Life is about growing. On the podcast a couple of days ago, I gave like the analogy, like be like a plant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, plants, if they don't grow, like, you're gonna wither up and die.
Yeah.
So like, always try to grow in some aspect. Try to 1% better. And don't try to see the whole blueprint. Just take that next step that's in front of you, and eventually you're gonna look up and you're gonna be like, yo, I'm here.
Facts. That's even like when folks retire after working 30, 40 years at a place. Those numbers, they die, unfortunately, shortly after, because they basically at home. Like, shout out to my mother, who's been retired since June of 2016, but my mom moves around.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
same.
She stay busy, she moving, you know, but people that have died from retiring, died shortly after retiring, they were just like in the crib, you know, not doing nothing for real. So my mom, she be exercising, walking and whatnot, bought her a yoga mat, you know, she be stretching and whatnot.
Shout out my dudes.
You know what I mean? She been traveling, you know, and then spending time with my daughter, her granddaughter. So it's like she moving, and that's, you know, it's cool to see that, because that did, I ain't gonna lie to you, it spooked me after I read. It was an article that I read some years ago, and I was kind of fearful of my mother's retirement, because it's like, all right, if she retired right now, it might be soon where she check out. But again, she moving and grooving, and like, long as she keep doing that, you know, and just being happy and maintaining her state of being, she'll be good.
I feel like adding on to that, you know, why people check out after they retire is they they spent so much time focused on just their job.
Yeah.
Clocking in every day, clocking in, clocking out.
That was that generation too, though.
Yeah, true.
You know,
True.
A good job, quote unquote, and going to college. But see, now, you know, college ain't necessary per se. Then a lot of people are going the entrepreneurship route.
Right.
You know, now granted, not knocking the workers at all, because we need workers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. You know, everybody to some extent has to be an employee for X amount of time. But, you know, entrepreneurship and trade school is the route. You was talking about your partner earlier with the welding and everything. Like,
Shout out
I know
BQ.
a couple of welders and they making bank. You know what I mean? And it's fantastic.
Man, what?
Like, some kids feel like college is the only way. Like, when I was teaching high school, I remember asking, and it was in Lexington, Mississippi, which ain't necessarily like the creme de la creme, but you know, it's a hood school. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? But like, them kids, first day, you know, you get the basics of who they are, how they learn, stuff like that. I posed the question of, you know, and I didn't really want to do this, but just for the sake of the first day, I was like, you know, do you see yourself going to college, being an entrepreneur? The third thing was something, and then something was trade school. Everybody was like college or entrepreneurship. Cool. One person raised their hand for trade school, right? No, I'm lying. Nobody raised their hand for trade school. I was like, why ain't nobody pick trade school? You know, I'm like, do y'all know what trade school is? And I asked this in all of my classes, and out of 7 classes, only one kid, bro,
Tough.
knew what trade school was.
They don't teach that for real
They
no
don't.
more.
So I had to give game on what trade school. I'm like, yo, you can graduate, you know, when because they were 10th graders at the time, they have graduated since then. But I'm like, yo, you can graduate high school and go straight into work, get certified in something and make you 6 figures. You know, you can make more than most of the teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.